Years back, I began working on a series where I talk about particular scenes in animation I believe represent the best the show has to offer. Scene Select, I called it. The videos I released on this channel years ago represented multiple series that were still ongoing. It's 2022 now, and all of those series have ended. Steven Universe ended with 5 seasons and a spin-off. Adventure Time ended with 9 seasons and a 4-part miniseries. The Amazing World of Gumball ended with 6 seasons and a future movie and spin-off being developed, and Regular Show ended with 8 seasons and a movie, with a series close enough being released on a yearly basis. Since I released my 17th Scene Select on January 2nd, 2017, a new generation of shows have been released. Cartoon Network came out with well-received series like Craig of the Creek, Infinity Train, and OKKO, with series like Victor and Valentino and Summer Camp Island looking promising. Nickelodeon has some stuff. Streaming has become a huge method of telling new and original series as well. Netflix finished its magnum opus adult animated show with BoJack Horseman, as well as new animated shows like The Dragon Prince, Love, Death and Robots, Kipo and the Wonder Beasts, The Midnight Gospel, and Castlevania, with some other notable shows like Epis for Family and She-Ra. Quite a good list there. Paramount Plus made reboots for Nickelodeon, and even shows like Hell of a Boss and Hazbin Hotel became some of the first full-length series to be released not only online, but to have their own potential spin-off series on streaming services. Of course, I can't imagine animated TV show channels without Disney, the king and queens of big content, whether it be in the form of Marvel TV show content or animated content, or both. Since 2017, DuckTales started and ended with a great amount of content and crossovers. There's future scene selects to be done there, that's for sure, just you wait. And how can you imagine Disney animated series without bringing up the new superstar, the Owl House, which has the rare distinction of almost having a whole season of non-stop great episodes. There's a lot to talk about with the Owl House, but this isn't in that video to do it. No, this video is about Disney's other wonderful new series about a teenage girl with unique powers getting stuck in another world with different beings, a tyrant leader, a best friend who's an animal, and an old wise parental figure-ish show. That can only be Amphibia, and it's about to end on May 14th. You've all heard the story before. 3 teenage girls get stuck in another dimension of some sort, where they each encounter different scenarios that test who they were before they got sent there. The main story follows Anne Boon Choi as she navigates Amphibia in search of a way home. There she meets the Planters, Sprig, Polly, and Hop Pop, her new frog family. There's 3 seasons, and grows closer to the Planters, and as such, we learn quite a lot about the family, and a very tragic history of Polly and Sprig's parents. Hopping Mall, Anne looks for a perfect gift to give her mother, since she might be able to return soon. She enters a contest, and while she wins, she ends up giving it to another person whose mother created the gift in the first place. Later that night, Anne sits on a balcony. Sprig approaches Anne while she's thinking about her mother. Anne mentions how she didn't get along with her mother sometimes, which doesn't seem true later in the series, but would also sing bad love songs, to her annoyance. Yet she also talked about how she wishes she could hear her sing again. As Sprig mentions not remembering his mother, because he and Polly were too young to remember, he drops a genuinely heartbreaking line.
You know, I've always wondered, can you miss someone you never actually knew? That's silly. I mean, of course you can't.
Death is a topic Disney is no stranger to, especially when it involves parents. The story of Sprig and Polly's parents is a short but very effective one. There's a scene from After the Rain where Hop Hop has lost Anne's trust. During that scene, to gain Anne's trust again, Hop Hop admits that Polly and Sprig's parents died when 2 herons invaded their village. The incident left an impact on the Planters. Hop Hop feels regret because he was unable to save Sprig and Polly's parents. Sprig also doesn't know how to feel about his relationship to his parents, since he never got to know them past early childhood, and Polly was also too young to have any feelings about her parents. Unfortunately, they don't really go over Polly's feelings on the matter. Sprig and Anne have a very solid foundation for both of their characters, but I feel as though this is a bigger changing point for their relationship. They truly did have a brother and sister relationship before, but they're able to bond over this topic. This brother-sister relationship continues into season 3, as Sprig is able to bond even further with Anne and her parents. In a comedic sort of scene, Anne's mom scolds Sprig for something bad he does, to which Anne tells Sprig he's now a Boonchoy just like her. That truly makes Sprig happy, as now it's like he has a mother and father figure from another universe, planet, dimension. When I select scenes to talk about, I make sure to pick the best of the best. Amphibia is a show that gets better as it goes along. Season 1 did have its share of good fun moments, but my series gravitates towards emotional moments, which we did more of in Season 2 and 3. It doesn't have to always be that way, it just ends up being that way. And Amphibia is a show that has had some wonderful family moments. Sprig gained a family in Anne, and her parents and Anne gained 3 new members of her family. I hope the showrunner Matt Bradley is able to continue making more TV series after Amphibia. It's something I wish for whenever a showrunner finishes a TV series. Except D&D with Game of Thrones. They kinda squandered that. Alex Hirsch from Gravity Falls fame went on to work with Dana Terrence on The Owl House, and Inside Job on Netflix. J.G. Quintel created Close Enough after regular show. These next-gen showrunners have been creating more than just TV series. They've been creating emotional experiences. They've been improving people's lives. They've imparted wise life lessons that people of any age can follow. These ain't your parents' cartoons anymore. They've inspired this 26-year-old to continue to make a series he made years ago. Amphibia is just one of those many great series that are being released for creativity, not for marketing purposes. And it's not the only scene I want to talk about from this series. There's more of that to come.